is someone who has been a Toastmaster for over 20 years, over 10 years. Over 10 years. Get my facts straight. He's my older brother, so you know, he's got to give little sis our time. I need notes. Tim Trumbull is presenting his third project from the Advanced Manual and the Professional Speaker. This project is on a sales training presentation, which he calls it's all one word. As the audience, we are a group of people. We are just beginning sales careers. Tim is a distinguished Toastmaster who's had nearly 20 years of sales experience, mainly in the technology field. So listen attentively to his experience as he comes and gives us our sales training presentation, because then we're going to have to go out there and make those sales. Please help me in welcoming Tim Trumbull.
Thank you, Chrissy. We wouldn't be family if I couldn't give you a hard time.
That's right.
Well, welcome everybody to your sales career. Wow. You probably walked into this career hearing things like, the sky's the limit as much as, how much can you earn? Well, it's only by your own limitations that you limit your income. You probably heard things like, you can have everything you want. You probably heard the famous Zig Ziglar line, you can have everything you want in life if you just help enough other people get what they want in life. But in entering your sales career, you're also entering a hornet's nest. Those people who call themselves sales people, there's a natural skepticism about that job. Because we've all run into that person here and there who was there only to earn the biggest possible commission, who told you whatever he or she thought you wanted to hear, so they could get your name on that bottom line and score that biggest commission check. And once they do that, nice knowing you. Those people don't last very long, and you're going to learn why. But let's start from ground zero. Let's start from the foundation. Somebody give me your idea, give me the definition of the word sales. Anyone? Okay.
Providing a product for a cost.
Providing a product for a cost. Anybody else?
Presenting a product or service that's beneficial to the recipient.
Okay, all right. Anything else? Okay. We'll compare that to the definition I'm going to give you in just a moment. And we've probably all seen that there are books and books and books and books and more books, and then a few other thousand CDs and tapes on sales and how to be a better sales representative. And you know, some companies even go so far as to hide the fact that their salespeople are actually salespeople. They're account executives. They are customer relationship specialists. They don't want you to think that they're a salesperson. You know what? I will proudly refer to myself as a sales representative. And you're about to learn why. I'm going to give you a one-sentence definition of sales that, if understood properly, will serve as the foundation for everything you need to know about being a successful and respected sales representative. Let me show you. Fortunately, my computer timed out here, so bear with me for just a moment. Hold on. Password, yes, it certainly is. definition of sales. We've tried a couple of definitions, but let's try this one. The process of finding out what your client needs or wants and helping them get it. Let me read that again. The process of finding out what your client needs or wants and helping them get that. In this sentence, as I mentioned, everything you will ever really need to know about the sales process and how to be a successful sales rep. Let's take a look at the key words in this sentence. Process, finding out, client, needs or wants, helping. Those are the key words in the definition of sales. And every one of those words is a key factor, key things that you need to know and understand and internalize to be successful in the sales field. Let's take a look at each one individually. First off, it is a process. Sales is a process. We've all seen sales clerks, people who stand behind a counter, ring up whatever you bring them. Those aren't sales professionals. Those are clerks. I can teach my 7-year-old granddaughter how to be a sales clerk. Hit a barcode reader, punch a couple of keys on a computer, make change. You know, they do teach you how to make change in elementary school, so she could do that job. As a matter of fact, sales clerks really aren't even necessary anymore. Go to the grocery store, what have they got? An automated checkout counter. You just scan the barcode yourself, swipe your card, put in the cash, bag it up, and then you're out the door without so much as any human interaction. There's no sales involved there. It is a process. The remaining words in this sentence that we're going to look at will outline that process for you. Finding out. I gotta find out something. Well, you have to determine some things in the sales process. But determining something is you can do on your own without finding out any information. We meet lots of salespeople, so-called salespeople, who tell you what you need, what you want, without really understanding what you need or want. They determine it based on how much commission they want to make. They don't do anything to determine what you truly need or want. And that is our next section. Or excuse me, we'll get to that in a moment. Client. It's a client. Your professionals. Shamil did a wonderful job earlier. He refers to everybody he works for as his client, not a customer. Walmart has customers, Food Lion has customers, McDonald's has customers. But you're a professional. I love that presentation on professionals. That was wonderful. You are professionals, aren't you? Aren't you? You may not think so yet, but yes, professionalism is really going to be a key in your success as a salesperson. And the first thing that you're going to have to do is have a professional attitude about that person across from you. They are your client, not a customer. You've never seen anyone who considers themselves a professional in any field of endeavor who has customers. Even in the medical field, they may not be clients, but they're patients. There's a different term. They are not customers. Customers are for Walmart and Food Lion and McDonald's. A client is somebody that you have respect for and that you are genuinely out to help them get what they need or want. There's a little bit of a difference in there, needs and wants. And that can be important in the process. Are you speaking with them about something that they need or something that they want? Or is it maybe a little bit of both? You know, let's talk about McDonald's for a moment. You go up to that drive-thru window. Is that really a need or a want? Well, it can be both. And it can be either. We do need food. We've got to have that to survive. But when you drove up to that McDonald's window, well, there was the Taco Bell over here, the Burger King across the street. There was a grocery store over there, and there was the sports bar right behind us on the other side of the parking lot. So you made a choice. That made it a want. It went beyond the need. Another good example of that would be, for example, a gentleman walking into a clothing store and wanting to buy a suit. Well, some of that is need. We do have to wear clothes. You know, if we go outside without any clothes on, usually the police are going to come visit us and take us someplace with some nice padded walls on it, and we will wind up getting dressed, usually in a straitjacket. So we are going to wind up having to wear clothes at one point or another. Maybe his business, his line of endeavor, requires a business suit. So there's still a need. But he can go in, buy something off the rack, have some quick alterations done, and meet that need. But what if maybe he goes in one day, walks in and says, you know what, I'd really love to have just a really nice custom-made suit. That's a want. It goes beyond meeting the need, and there's an element of personal satisfaction involved. So far, we've discussed the process of finding out what a client needs or wants, and then we help them get it. Helping them get it. And that's a matter of attitude. That is a matter of putting your client's best interest first, above and before your own wants, that biggest commission check. The amazing thing is, one will actually take care of the other. I've always had a philosophy that if you simply take care of that person who walks in your door, who you are speaking with about your product or service, if you simply take care of them to the best of your ability, all the numbers are going to take care of themselves. Unfortunately, I can back that up with proof. In the early part of my technology career, it was in the retail end. I ran Radio Shack stores for a number of years. One of my first stores that I took on as a store manager was a little store right in uptown Charlotte. Everybody thought I was crazy by wanting to take that store, but it always fascinated me. There it was, right in the heart of a major city, and yet it was one of the smallest grossing stores in the entire area. And that just simply didn't make sense to me. When I told the other managers in the area, yeah, I'm taking the uptown store, they said I was nuts. You ain't going to make any money there. Because it was a matter of taking care of that person who walked in the door. Oh, by the way, did you notice in this definition something that maybe stands out by its absence? There's no reference to money in it. Because if you take care of the person who walks in the door, the numbers will take care of themselves. A good example, one day I was in the store, a gentleman walks into the store, just kind of a worried expression on his face, a couple of pieces of paper in his hand, and he says, "Do you offer fax service?" I said, "Well, no, sir, I don't, but I do have a fax machine. I'll be happy to you know, if it's a local fax, I'll be happy to take care of it for you." He said, "Really? What do you charge me?" "I'll take care of it for you." "Well, what number do you need?" It was about 3 pages. I faxed it over for him. Took maybe all of a minute and a half. Handed him back and said, "Anything else I can do to help you?" And he walked away kind of scratching his head. He turned around just before he got back out the door and he said, "You sell fax machines?" "Yeah, matter of fact, I sell this one right here that I used." "Okay, thank you." And turned around and walked back out. Next day he came back into the store. Figured he probably had another fax he needed to send out. That's fine. He's probably one of the neighbors in the uptown area. I'm happy to take care of my friends and neighbors. He said, "You know what? I want one of those fax machines." And this was in a day when fax machines were pretty expensive. But we were probably a little more expensive than a lot of places at that point. Fax machine prices were starting to come down, ours hadn't, so we were more expensive than most everybody else out there. He said, "Yeah, I want one of those. Go ahead, fix me up."